Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good evening.
Today's Good evening, Joshua. Today's lesson will be a little bit short, since I'm not feeling very well. However, we're going to move forward and we're going to deploy our front-end project that we did on last week, and we are going to deploy it on an S3 bucket. So there are some rules that we need to follow. I will guide you in this process, and I created an assignment. If Moodle let me show it with these steps. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so this is the assignment. The idea is that you need to have your backend first in an SSL traffic. So you need to do this assignment first, because the way I'm going to show you is that we're going to start hitting the SSL endpoints. Okay, so let's go to this is the React project. We remember that we have this .env file where we save it, an environment variable that has the URL that we are hitting. You remember this. This is our front end. This is the example that I have done about the agenda. Let me show it. npm run dev. So if I run my project, actually, if I access to the route person, um, right now this is not rendering anything because my backend is offline here in my local computer. That's because I'm hitting this URL. So I'm going to change this URL. I'm going to start hitting the base URL of the backend that yesterday I deployed with the SSL traffic. So I remember these are my, this is my SSL instance, and this was the endpoint. The it's not the endpoint, it's the subdomain that I created. So if I change this by the subdomain and I'm going to add the HTTPS traffic, and if I reload my backend, my front end, now you see that I'm rendering information, guys.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, okay. If I click here, I can see the details of the telephone numbers of this person. I can remove one element, and you see it's working um, in the correct way. So the only difference is that instead of pointing or hitting my local computer, I am pointing to the backend that I have in AWS, okay? And now, guys, once I have done this modification to the base URL, I will be able to build a new project, okay? So I have a presentation here that I need to show. And there are some objectives for today. First, we're going to build and deploy an static React site. This is going to be the first step that we're going to do right now. We're going to use Amazon S3 to host the web app. We are going to configure a custom subdomain using Route 53 for the website. And we're going to learn the importance of a correct bucket and a domain name, because you need to have this match between the domain name and the name of the bucket. If you don't have that matching, you are not going to be able to put a Route 53 domain to the bucket. Okay, so it's very important that we need to know that. Now, why we're using S3 again? Because S3 is scalable. We can have secure static files here. It's easy to handle front-end apps using just HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. We don't need to give any maintenance to the servers, just upload the files here. And it's very cost-effective for a personal project, okay? If you want to deploy this kind of static website in an S3, you're going to be charged like, for example, $2 per 1 million requests. as you see, that is like super cheap and that's per month, okay? Okay, so now first we need to build our folder, okay? I mean our project in React. So I need to stop my project here. And let's see, give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I am receiving a message.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I am back. Okay, so uh, first I need to stop the app, right? And what I need to run here, it's I mean, let me remove this folder. Okay, so here I need to prompt npm run build. Okay, and this is going to create the distribution folder here. We're going to have the index file, the asset folder, okay? And the asset folder is going to contain the index.js file. This contains all the JavaScript logic. This is going to contain an image too, because I don't have any CSS file here. So this is the only thing necessary. Now I will do something.
So do
Let's
we need to
continue.
do this with you?
Can you repeat, please?
Do we need to do this with you?
Oh, I have created, let me see. I have created an assignment with all these steps. So right now, just pay attention because later you're going to follow these steps and you're going to repeat my same process. Okay,
Okay.
great. And this is going to cost 3 points just to follow the steps. Okay, now let me continue presenting. Where is the presentation? Okay, great. Now we're going to create our S bucket. I'm going to show you. I put this in another slide. I can navigate. Okay, so let's go to my AWS account. It is here. I need to create a bucket, but it's very important that um, if you want to create a bucket that is going to be using Route 53 as a subdomain, the name of the bucket needs to match with the name of the subdomain. So for example, we know that our domain is codex-p4-2025, right? .click, and this is our domain. Do you remember this, right? And the idea is that we are going to create a subdomain for a personal project. In this case will be, imagine it's going to be your project. So it's going to be like task hyphen Tammy, task hyphen Joshua, task hyphen, and so on. But this part, the domain is going to be universal for all the projects because we are living in this hosted zone that is pointing to this domain. Okay, so let's continue. And the creation of the bucket needs to have the name of the subdomain. Okay, so I will create the bucket here. And in this case, I will choose general purposes and it will need to match the name of the domain. So it needs to be like, let's see, agenda hyphen dot codex hyphen p4 hyphen 2025 dot click. Okay, this will be the same name of the Route 53 DNS record that I will be creating to. So once I have the bucket name, we need to save this somewhere. Okay, um, we're going to disable ACL. We're going to unclick this because we need to give access to the public to the files. I need to click that I acknowledge that this could be a risky operation. I will disable the versioning. Sorry, it's going to be disabled. And let me leave this server-side encryptation and I will disable that and we will create a KMS key because this is going to add a cost of $1 per key. So I'm going to remove this option. Once I have done this, I will create the bucket. Okay, and as you see, I have the bucket here. Now, I need to enter inside of the bucket and start uploading the content of the distribution folder. And if you don't remember, the distribution folder is this file, or I mean this folder that was created in the agenda front end. Okay, so I need to enter here, and I will upload the files. First, I need to upload the files, and we have 3 files that we need to upload. I mean, I need to be inside of the agenda front end. And this is the distribution folder. Now I need to upload these 3 files. Once I have uploaded them, now I will upload the folder assets, okay? And I will click upload here. Now I will click upload. Okay, now if we return to the bucket, the content inside of the bucket is these 3 files that we have here and the folder of assets, right? And we are going to go to the properties of the bucket. Now let's return to the presentation because we updated everything here. Now, once we upload the files, we need to go to the properties, guys. In the properties, there is an option here. This is the last option, so we need to scroll to the bottom. And it says that we need to edit this option. And we are going to enable that we are hosting a website. And it's going to be a static website. So in the index, we're going to point to the index.docs.html. And to the error file as well, we are going to continue pointing to this file. If we don't point to this file, we are not going to be able to enable the routing process that we have in our JavaScript files. So let me show you guys. If I disable this error HTML, if I just click the save as, I've just saved the changes here this way. If I access to the name of my bucket online, oh, first, previously to try this, it's very important that we need to add the permissions. And the permission is an S3, it's a policy. I think we need to go, yeah. So we need to edit the policy, guys. No, this is not here. The bucket policy is here. So we need to copy. I have here in the definition of the assignment, the policy that you need to paste. So you just need to paste this policy in the bucket. Let me go here. And the only thing that you need to change is the name of your bucket that is here. You can copy paste this ARN. ARN stands for Amazon Resource Name. For this, okay? So we are replacing the example that we have here by the correct name. Now, let me save the changes. And let's try to refresh this. And as you see right now, I just have the home section. And if I want to go to the person route, this is not working, okay? Because we have an error. So what we need to do, as I told you, is that in the definition, let's return to the properties. In the definition, the website hosting, we need to put that any other route that we have in our project is going to be redirecting again to the index file. So this is going to have the JavaScript logic to understand that that route is going to render the person's components, okay? So we need to save it. And if I refresh this, now everything is online. If I click here, I can access the information of my backend. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the idea that you can deploy your the front end that you created the last week, and you can put it here in an S3 bucket. But it's very important, the name of the bucket. And as you see, this is the URL right now. Now, let's continue with the presentation. Where's the presentation? It's here. Now, this was the policy. Now, some common mistakes here. So we can continue to the next topic is that some common mistakes are the name of the bucket. We need to do a match between the subdomain and the name of the bucket. So this is very important, guys. Upload the file folder instead of uploading the content inside of the of the distribution folder. It's a common mistake too. Forgetting to make the public the bucket's going to be public, and no setting the error document to index HTML. Without this configuration, we are not going to be able to handle the routes in our S3 website. Okay, let's continue. And now this is like a summary, but now what we are going to do is that we're going to create a record in our hosted zone. And this record is going to be this is going to, I mean the name of the record is going to be the subdomain, right? So we need to put the same name of our bucket. Okay, so let's recall the name of the bucket. I think we have it here. So let's copy until the first dot. This will be the name of the subdomain. And we're going to choose the type record A because we're going to be pointing to an S3 bucket that is an AWS resource. So we're going to choose this option that says alias. We're going to enable it. And we're going to choose the option S3 website endpoint. Now we are going to choose the region where the bucket it's deployed, and it's in US East, North Virginia. The name, as you see, it's appearing here, the name of my bucket. And what else? This is going to be the only thing that I need to set up. Now I need to create the record. And if I copy this, put it here. See? You see? We are, instead of using this weird URL, because this is a huge and weird URL, this is going to be a simple URL. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So the idea is that you can create the DNS record too with the same name of the bucket. It's very important. If you don't have the same name with the DNS record and the bucket, you're not going to be able to create this redirection. So it's very important, that part. Don't miss that part. And I mean, this is the lesson that I have prepared for you, that you can learn how to deploy your front end into an S3 bucket. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, as a summary, so we can finish the lesson today is that S3 is going to host static React apps. It's possible. The bucket name is going to need to make a match between the name of the subdomain. The Route 53 points to your domain to the app. And React needs the index HTML both as the index file and the error page. So this is like the summary of the lesson that I have prepared for you. Now, the idea is that that you can continue working in the assignments of these weeks. First, I don't know if you have finished deploying the backend with the SSL certificate. If you have finished this part, try to do now the deployment of the Trash Tracker into an S3 bucket. If you need some help or guidance in this process, let me know. I have been checking the backend, and I think that the grades are available for everyone right now for this one, deploying the backend. And I think there are some errors that you might need to change. If you don't save, I mean, I have put there some messages to your evaluation. The idea for those messages is that you can change them. I mean, that you can fix those problems, because if you don't fix those problems, the entire project is going to fail. So my recommendation, try to work on those messages, and then the grade is going to be improved too as well. So guys, let me know if you need some help. I will be here to give you any other support. Okay? I'm not recording, guys. Sorry, I need to record this. So that's why the command should be sudo PM2 start hyphen no start agenda because this is the name of the process.
See, that's what I get too when I try it on there.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I need to enter to the project folder. See. Sorry. LS ED hospital backend. Now S. Let's see. Okay. So here we have the index file. So now we need to prompt sudo PM2 start minus name agenda. Oh, sorry. I'm Mrs. Okay. I'm missing the index.js file. Minus name agenda this way. Okay, now it's online. Let's see, let's check the DNS record that you created. This is yours, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let me, so it's a type A, the value is 54. Let's see if it is the same IP of the instance. 164, 106, 16. Okay, now, it's not working.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Can you share me the URL of your repository, your GitHub repository?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I think I see. You are missing this configuration in the index file. Let me show you my index file because I have done some modifications to the index file. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. I think I have Visual Studio Code here. Yeah. Let me open it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I have it here. Okay, so if you check my index file, you will see that I need to add the .env because I need to modify my .env file. Let me stop presenting because I want to remove
Okay.
the
And
the
I've added
password.
those. My index looks just like that.
Okay, no, it doesn't. This is the way that your index looks like in the EC2 instance. I don't know if you
Oh, I haven't
didn't pull
pushed
the
the
changes.
changes. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can put it. I can pull it.
Okay.
Git pull. Yeah, no worries. It says that it's updated. You need to send it to GitHub. You need to push it or commit it.
Yeah, I am right now. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay, add index.js. Yeah. And did you change the .env file here in your instance?
I believe so. Let me see. I'm getting over to it now.
Yeah. Remember, this is the way let me start presenting first.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, second. And then present again. This is the how the node I mean the .env file needs to look like in uh your EC2 instance. Okay.
Okay, so we get
Yeah.
rid of the Postgres part. Okay.
Yeah. This is the new variable. I think you have all these variables, but you need to add this new variable.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put production. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna share your .env file via Slack. You'll see what you have there. Yes, you don't have it. Let me take a screenshot and share it to you. You will see that the new variable is missing.
I just updated it.
Oh, okay. Let me open it again. I mean, but in the EC2 instance, you did that.
Yeah.
Mm. No, this is how it looks. Let me take a screenshot and share it to you.
Okay. Do I need to reconnect it to my instance to instance, or should it automatically update?
Yeah, you need to do it. Yeah, you need to connect to your instance and
Okay.
modify with vim.env. So you can modify the .env file. Yeah. So I will disconnect to your instance so you can connect. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I'm gonna do something. Give me a second. Yeah. Amazing. This is amazing. Can you try to remove an element?
Which
For
one?
example, don't, um, or create a new one. Create a new element.
I'm just gonna change department.
Excellent. And remove that one, the last one, Josh. Amazing. Great. Great. Okay, if you want, you can dismiss the class, Joshua. And tomorrow we're
Alrighty.
going to have a new content. I'm gonna show a modification that I'm gonna do to the backend and to the front end. I'm gonna create a login. Okay. See you tomorrow, Joshua.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
So the first step for him tonight was just more or less creating the click that we just created together.
The first step is that you need to deploy the EC2 instance with SSL. That's the first step for sure. Then the new assignment is going to be that you can create the build command to the npm, I mean to the Vite project, and then upload those files to an S3 bucket with the assignment number 2 of this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's starting with the click that we just created, because it says task your name codex 4. That's what we just created, right? The SSL.
Created, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And then the building the React project's just running the same one we already have. But when I
Yeah,
tried to do that,
the
it said
same
there's an
the same
error.
front end that you have.
Yeah.
The same front end that you have. I mean, if the front end is complete, Just the only thing that you need to do is that you need to change the URL of the that you are hitting, because actually you are hitting the local URL, right? But you want to hit the SSL URL, the one that you created in the EC2 instance. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta go to my front end first. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, just modify that part of the URL that you are hitting, and then create the distribution files, then upload it to the S3 buckets, and continue with the assignment definition. You have some steps that you need to follow them. It's the second assignment of this week.
Yeah, that's what I was working on. Yeah.
Yeah, great, excellent.
Thank you.
You are welcome.